Yo, what's going on? This is the Self Network. This is another video I'm gonna upload, and this is just some shit I'm putting up for myself. I've been wanting to make this video, but I actually started to read this book. Well, I wanted to make this video, but I kind of forgot. Let me be honest. But I think it's important because it happens to the best of us, right? But I feel like, uh, I lost almost like the plot of why I was doing certain things, and just looking back at some of the old music and stuff that I was making and stuff, like who I was 5-6 years ago and who I am today is just like it's day and night. And so when I start looking at it, it's like, damn, man, you really, you fucked up, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not on that same trajectory. And yeah, it is a tough thing to see when you being that real with yourself. But it's always good to be able to call it out and start to align how you want to be. And so yeah, like I said, I picked up this book that honestly I got given this book a long time ago. It's called the Souls of Black Folk by WB. And it's crazy because it aligns with what I'm saying, and like losing the plot and all these things. And it also talks about, I got some notes right here, so I could read y'all some pages out of the book, or my journaling. And I only read 3-4 pages. That's the crazy part. I'm gonna continue to read it, but I thought the first 3 pages was so big. And this book is about the souls of black folk, right? But I think it could also open up your mind for other things. It ain't just about black. Even though the book is about black folk, it could be used in different contexts for different cultures, different people. And so yeah, I'm gonna just read some of these notes. So I said, I'm reading The Souls of Black Folk by WB. In the past, I wasn't a reader, but also already had preconceived notions that he was a sellout because of YouTube videos and other ideology, which is, which is crazy just reading that out. But, yeah, man, the internet is a crazy place, and you start to, if you let it, you would start to let it kind of take you on a ride. And that's something that I feel like I've definitely done, and now I'm just trying to realign and come back from where I was. Also, a person by 19 Keys kind of talked about it too. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. But the first 3 pages was absolutely breathtaking. He talks about racism, but he also talks about how it splits Black American views. Also, how much resentment people can have from being in a system like that. I think it's deep, and a lot of us, including myself, have dealt with this. of trying to be myself, but it's hard when you are constantly looking for the approval of an outer source. Not saying that going with social norms is a bad thing, but it could be depending on the system you abide by. America right now is not the most righteous system because it's a anything goes in the name of money. And mind you, it's pros and cons in other systems too, but we just talking about capitalism and how it kind of like it preys on different things of people, insecurities. um it preys on disabilities. It preys on all types of stuff. And if you allow it, you can be, what I'm saying, manipulated to do some things you might not even really believe in. He didn't say this specifically, but it could cause fracturing, and he called it double aim. So I don't know if like fracturing was maybe a term they were, talking about back then, but he kind of brings up the fact that um, it's something going on with people who have like these different identities they have to uh, kind of like live through. And I said also it could be more fracturing depending on your faith. So, what type of person, like religious background or beliefs that you have. You got sex, meaning male or female, or even non-binary. We got non-binary people. Also, sexual preference, which can be another way you can become fractured if you don't really truly know yourself and you kind of allow the internet and others to kind of dictate who you are. And so definitely like some powerful shit within just the first few pages. And I've slowed it down because usually when I read and stuff, it could be I could read really fast, but it don't always mean that you comprehending it. So I slowed it down and I read the first few pages like 3, 4, 5 times, and I even started to journal about what it was saying. But it's just all that shit it definitely all connects. And when you look at America and that capitalistic behavior, you prey on people. You start to, if you allow it, it's cool throughout the business. And I definitely believe like you have what's the word, like you have a kind of like business that's like good and righteous, and then you got the slum business where you just like, I'm just trying to get over on people and what I'm saying, make my quota. And it's definitely it's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing that if you allow yourself, you can get caught up in. And so basically I was looking at another video about like psyops, and that's kind of what 19 Keys was getting on point. But it's also other videos where people kind of break down that a lot better, where it's just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? They trying to sell us anything. You know what I'm saying? Marketing tactics are the same tactics that our government uses to you know, manipulate people to think a certain way. So you have to be very careful about the stuff that you looking at. And you know what I'm saying? It's somebody is always trying to sell something. And you know, depending on how you feel that day, you could be more susceptible of allowing that thing to get into your mind. So it's very important to be questioning everything you look at. And so yeah, it's definitely, you know, one of those things. It's a tough conversation, especially when you look back and you like, dang man, I was this way once upon a time, and now I'm like this. And you know, you do still have to take accountability, but yeah, it's never too late to kind of like align yourself and get back where you need to be. And that's my journey right now. Um, and you know, that's what this channel is about: self network, and just being, you know, solid and valid to yourself. You know, I'm even in a space where I feel like it's important to just sit with myself and and really work on improving myself and how I interact with people and stuff like that. So yeah, man. Um, I'm not gonna make this like a too long video, but I might bring it back. But it's yeah, man. Crazy topic. But yeah, that's my video, man.